Oh, yeah, we are back and we are live. You all ready? No! Yeah, I'm stoked to be here. Ladies and gentlemen, this is currently, because I can't tell you why, this is a Instagram only stream, and we're going to be recording it. Let's see here if I can pop into our Rumble. Let's see if I can pop into our run. That's not going to be an option. Let's see here if I can pop into our YouTube. Let's see here. And ladies and gentlemen, introducing the man you already know and you love. You know what I mean? And doing it large and doing it live. Ladies and gentlemen, your friend, my friend, DJ Sexual Chocolate.
Hello. You always do that. You do that every time.
How you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. I'm walking and everything now, so I'm doing really good.
Walking is better than the alternative from what I hear.
Oh yeah. I got the brace is about to come off, so you know I'm going to PT. I can bend my leg pretty good now, so it's good. I'm good.
Heck yeah, man. How's that PT? Are they mean to you? Are they nice to you? Are they treating you good?
No, they pretty. I mean, they pretty regular. You know, like they go by your own speed. Like I was an athlete, so you know it's kind of like it's not hard for them to push me. You know,
sure,
because you know they push you to your limits. You know, if it's somebody that's elderly, they won't push them. You know, it's just a guide. You know what I mean? But you know, I'm like 2 months ahead of my time, so
that's awesome. That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Anytime you can get ahead of the schedule, that's what it's really all about. So, man, it is so good to see you. For those of you that don't know, little background here, me and DJ Sexual Chocolate been working together forever, at least a decade. We have done a ton of things. Shout out to Michelle Drake in the building. Thank you so much for tuning in. So I'm going to have to let everybody know we are live on Instagram real fast. So we get our listeners in here because I know our listeners usually listen on other platforms, and that's cool, and that's okay. Let me see here. Come on, Instagram. Show me what you doing. Let's see here. There it is. PT Pod Live. All right. And let's see here. We are only on Instagram. I'm going to let everybody know that. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. I did want to ask you, man.
Yeah.
Other than the knee surgery, how...
It's kind of stuck a little bit.
Exclamation point. The OG PT Pod Show! Exclamation point.
Yeah.
Say what?
Say that question. Say that question again because it's stuck on me.
Oh, I'm sorry. How has your summer been going besides the surgery?
Oh, it's been, I have to stay put. I usually travel, you know, I go all over the place during the summertime, but you know, I can't go with my knee being bad. So, you know, I had to, you know, forfeit all my trips this year.
Oof, I know. That sucks, man. That really sucks. And I know you were really hurting, man, because I was like, if I can help you in any way, shape, or form, you're like, yeah, man, just leave me alone.
I just needed, you know, I had to be with my, you know, it's all mental, you know what I mean? You have to get yourself back mentally. You know, my freaking kneecap went into my thigh.
Yeah, man, that's ugly. That's
yeah.
And that was from playing basketball, right?
I was going up for a layup. Yep.
Man, you got to be careful. You got to quit playing that basketball at your age. You don't play basketball anymore.
But one of the reasons, that was my 5th game. I was about to quit. You know, but you know, like I said, it was a freak accident, you know. I'm a couch potato, of course. You know, I don't do a lot of working out. So that was probably my first game in 10 years. And my son wanted me to play, so I played with him, you know.
So now we're blaming your son. Okay.
I ain't blaming him, but you know, we got that type of relationship. You know what I mean? Like,
no. We're talking smack on him.
Yeah.
It's all good. London always try to hurt his pops. You know, I don't know why. You do a good job. You don't care. You know what I mean? Come on, bro. What are you doing to your man? You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna be another rapper dead for popping off at the mouth with shit I shouldn't have said.
I'm just saying, London. Love your father. Okay. Anyway, man. Okay, so what I wanted to do, because we've, of all the work we've done, I realized we've never really talked about this. And what I wanted to do on air, I mean, we off air we have, but I wanted to talk a little bit about your gig, your nursing gig, man. Because, part of what PT Pod is about is, encouraging people, showing people, I like to call it everyday heroes.
Right.
An option. And I know there's a lot of cats out there, and they're trying to figure it out. They're working. They need something solid long term that they can be successful in and do. And for those that don't know, your day gig, you're a nurse administrator. Is the
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of those things where if people don't know, man, you didn't come from millions of dollars. You know what I mean? Or this,
not at all.
And you actually started your career a little bit later, and you didn't just jump from high school. You know what I mean? Into college, into what you do.
Right.
Picked it up a little bit later on in life. And can you tell us a little bit about what that job is? Because a lot of people have no idea. And then, how you like it. Just kind of tell it. If I knew nothing about what you do.
In a nutshell, I work at a facility, a rehab facility and a long-term care facility. I do majority of the hiring and most of the firing, but we like to educate new people when they come into this field. Like a lot of people that's in college and they go to nursing school, they don't teach them. You have to do a lot of nursing. If you're going into nursing for the money, you might as well quit now and go do something else, because it's not a money based job. A lot of them think that they're gonna make a whole lot of money. They're gonna get to tell people what to do, but when they get into the field, they get to see, the real nursing part of the field. Like the stuff that they don't teach you in school. So that's what we do. We educate and we train new people that come, that want to learn. Like if you got to want to learn to be in that field.
Yeah, it's I think it's definitely a labor of love, like a teacher.
Oh yeah,
in a way.
Yeah, you got to want to teach. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, you were a teacher actually.
I was a teacher, and I wanted to teach. I just couldn't deal with
parents.
The parents.
No, that's all good. That's a tough gig, right? So
yeah, I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. It's they too lax for me nowadays.
Oh man, it's so crazy nowadays too, because I don't know, man. It's we live in that era of my child can do no wrong. You know what I mean? If my child is, it's like if I'm, and that's the thing you don't understand till you get a little older. Like, let's just Cookie Crisp cereal, for instance. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, first of all, I love it, but it's a bowl of chocolate chip cookies.
That's all it is.
I'm going to feed my kid, literally, I'm going to feed my kid a bowl of chocolate chip cookies in the morning and expect them to have an attention span and calmness instead of cranking them full of sugar and caffeine. And then you go sit for 6-7 hours and learn. You know what I mean?
Right.
Learn math. It's like, how do you do that?
They are not going to learn. I'm going to end up putting them outside in the hallway, and then the parents going to wonder why their kid is sitting in the hallway when they come up there to talk to me.
Exactly.
Because you got to separate them sometimes, because they are preventing other children from learning. When you have a child that's out of control, you got to remember, you don't have long to teach these lesson plans. So you have to stop what you're doing, discipline somebody else's child, and then start teaching again.
Right. And the problem that they encounter, like, being married to a teacher is, she was like, it's not that you don't love and care for these kids causing problems. The problem is I have 18, 19, 20 other kids that aren't getting what they need because I got one kid I have to focus on.
Right. That is correct.
Yeah. And then at the end of the day or the end of the month, end of the week, when they look at your numbers, they're not like, well, you had these 3 kids that utterly should have been in different types of classes or had different kind of care, but you just had to deal with them. And so because of that, and these numbers aren't where they should be, and the whole class didn't learn because we, made you a babysitter and then expect you to also be an amazing teacher at the same time, bro. So
right.
Anyway, that's tough business, man.
So and then they look at you like you ain't doing your job, and then then they be like, well, we might need to get another teacher in there. No, that's not they need to get an IEP. That's what you need to get them, an IEP.
And in fact, speaking of that, we got a teacher in the chat right now. Shout out and all the pew-pews to Amy. We know ya. We know ya. So anyway, so that's some of the frustration of teaching. Would you say you have more or less? Because I know the frustration is different, but would you say there's more or less in nurse administration?
The thing you have to deal with is that now you're dealing with adults. It's not children anymore. So, but when the adults act like children, you have to always bounce back to those tools that you got in college to kind of fix them. Or if they can't be fixed, then they have to go. You understand? If they can't be educated, how about that? That's the proper word. Because the thing is that we are there to do a job, and if they don't want to do the job, then they need to find somewhere else to work. Or find some other career to be in, because it's not going to change no matter where you go.
That's true. That's true. And not only that, it's like you're saying before, they got to want it. If it's a labor of love, it's not like, oh, I hate this job, but man, I get paid so well, where the job is cruise. I'm not going to find an easier job for the money. No. You go in, I can find many easier jobs.
Right. But because it's not a joke. The thing is that you're dealing with human lives. You remember, you're dealing with human beings. You're not dealing with a manufactured job where you get into this assembly line, and then when it's break time you break, and when it's lunchtime you lunch. It don't work that way.
Not at all. Actually,
you understand what I mean? I don't know when I'm gonna take my lunch. I don't know when I'm gonna take my break. But it's the times when you can, whenever it slows down. But that's the misconception that they have when they come and work at their job. Like, oh, it's my break time. No, it's not. You still got people on the line.
People need you.
Right.
And the people's needs are more important than your break.
Right.
Unfortunately. I'm not saying it's fair, but
it's not
world ain't fair. You know what I mean? Also, man, I mean, it's funny because most people think, oh, nurses get paid so well, but then you break down, they really don't. Especially, they may get paid more for the hours they work, but what's it costing them? As far as life and all of that.
You remember when I used to come into the gigs and I'd be like, man, I'm tired, dude. I've been working.
Bro, you had to leave my wedding early.
Okay? Yes, to go to work. Yeah.
I mean, that was honestly, you were the one dude there that I was like, I mean, I had some other folks there, but you were the one dude there. I was like, man, we're going to kick it after this, man. I'm going to go to my favorite food spot. We're going to have a good time. I was like, and Amy even knew. She was like, I know you and Chalks, and your brother, Mike, I know you guys are probably going to stay and kick it a little while after the wedding. And I was like, yeah, because, I don't see him as much anymore.
Right.
But you had to go. I was like, wait, what's going on, man? Yeah. And I was like, did somebody piss you? I literally was like,
no,
did somebody make you mad? You were like, no, dude, I work. I got to go to work. No.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because, when people, back then, it was during the COVID and all that stuff. So,
yeah,
a lot of people was afraid to work in that atmosphere. So,
well, and I mean, still, I remember even before COVID.
Oh, yeah.
I remember one time I came over, like it was Sunday for a game or something, to watch a game.
Right.
It was Sunday afternoon, and I was like, what's up, man? Like, I'm just tired. I, worked a little bit today. I was like, yeah, man, you worked like it was like a half day. It's Sunday, man. It's like 5 o'clock. You're here. All G.
Right.
Like, yeah, but then I worked yesterday double, and then, I didn't.
Right.
I was like, wait. And I remember adding up, and it was something like out of 48 hours, you worked like 35 or something. 38 of them. I was like, wait. So in 2 full days, you've had less than 8 hours not working. You're like, yup. And I was like, well, stop doing a party then. I'm like, how are we watching football? But that's the life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because, you can't miss out on things, just because you have to work, I'm a football fanatic. You know that. It's nothing about, I'm not going to watch football. I'm not missing no games because of work.
Green Bay, son.
Yeah. And them boys from the great state. You see? it.
Hey, look, and you know, this is the worst time for us. You know what I mean? Because we are
y'all
not
don't fell into
anywhere
that
near
Texas
y'all.
era. You know, when we was bad. You remember when we were bad?
Yes. That was wonderful. That was wonderful.
It was great for you at the time, wasn't it?
Now we got Mr. Corporate Coach, Mr. Do what the board says. Keep everybody happy, Venables, man.
As long as you got Venables, y'all ain't gonna win. I'm telling you.
Because corporate coach, man, it's one of those. One of my favorite sayings was, and I think Bear Bryant said it, was if you listen to the fans long enough, you'll be sitting in the stands with them.
Right.
And he was right. And I know it's way harder in the internet era, man. I like, because I deal with this stuff. I've engaged in combat internet sports, right? And I mean, you just sit there. Like, I got a guy I really like, kind of a friend, does a very successful podcast out of Florida, right?
Right.
But he, like him and these other 3 podcasters have been on this other guy, doing those beefs and stuff. And like, they'll watch his show, like say they're watching our show here, right? And I mean, he pauses and takes a drink and is like, "Oh, look at that piece of crap taking a drink out of the soda. Look at this jerk," right? And and it's like, oh my God, the guy's just talking to the guy's like, "Man, it has been a long day and I'm tired." It's like, this asshole's tired, brah. And it's like, dude, relax. So I understand, and that's just podcaster to podcaster. So if you're the head coach of a billion-dollar football organization, absolutely, and you got a million people just waiting on Twitter, just waiting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they sitting there salivating.
Hoping you mess up.
Yeah, hoping.
I understand, man, but Venables, seriously, bro, you gotta.
But this is his opportunity. You got one of the better quarterbacks in the SEC now.
You got a good.
You got an opportunity to change the scenery again. Because you guys have been kind of like, you fell off. If he can't be calling the plays and be the coach.
Well, man, a lot of that, I think, is we didn't realize how good Homeboy was. Our guy, the guy right before him.
Oh, the one that's material?
Riley, yeah. I don't think we knew how good Lincoln Riley was as an offensive coach. And he left basically an offensive team. And then you bring in Venables, who's a defensive coach and a defensive guy,
right.
And
defensive mindset. Which y'all defense is great. Like, they slow some people down.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, but
if they don't get caught with the banana in the tailpipe.
I can't. You're gonna give me no banana, no tailpipe. The end around. It's like, oh yeah, we are so amazing. If you're trying to throw the ball or do a 5 wide receiver X cross double Y set, we'll sack your quarterback every time on that slick stuff. If your quarterback does this crazy high complex thing of handing the ball off to a running back, and then that running back running forward, somehow we have no defense against that. It's too technical. How do we stop the magic of a running back running straight at us? That's way too hard. They ran they ran all over us so hard. It was so embarrassing. I swear, bro. Why you gotta do this to me, man? This ain't fair, dog.
Hey, it's gonna get better. You know that. I don't know. You're not gonna stay down. I mean,
no, we can't. There's too much money invested.
It's too much money in that school for it to be down for long. Like, I'm worried about the Red River rivalry this year because I feel like, we go in there with this hype, but the thing is, it's all about who comes to play.
Yeah, but we'll see. Look, man, the season opener is going to tell a lot. We got 2 or 3 we got to play before y'all, and that's going to tell the tale. You
do.
Yeah, do we have the stud quarterback? Do we have the next Josh Allen? You know what I mean? And
we don't see. Y'all got Michigan, so I don't know how well Michigan got a new quarterback. I mean, every team that's playing on the 30th, which was my birthday on the 30th, they got new quarterbacks.
Well, which begs the question: what are we doing on the 30th, man? Where are we going?
I'm not sure yet. I just know I'm gonna be in front of a TV at 12 watching the game.
For sure. Well, after the game,
after that, it's anybody's game.
Let's just do a garage party, bro.
We can do that.
Do a
We can do
garage
that.
party. Set up the DJ setup. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I might
Have a
throw the
little party.
karaoke up in that thing.
Man, I like if I don't do karaoke soon, I'm gonna die. Okay, I am gonna die. All
Hey,
right,
dude,
You don't
I
have to
went to the
take my
best.
word
I
for it.
went to Lumpy's the other day.
Lumpies.
Yeah, boy don't DJ there. No, I mean he does, but he don't do karaoke there. It's a guy that's there that's really good.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, and it's his guy, right? But yeah. You know,
It's on Monday.
on Mondays. Okay. Oh, okay. Different night. Okay.
Yeah, it's on Mondays, but it wasn't many people in there, so I got to sing about 2 or 3 songs, and I was there with a couple of people. So
Man, let's think about going Monday, dude.
yeah,
I'll think about going. I got
okay.
I got a lunch. It's about like an hour and a half away, so I got to go drive an hour and a half, do a lunch, and come back.
Let's just plan on doing it Monday.
Yeah. No, this is Monday. I got, and then I got a 6 to 7, but then I'll be done by 7. So.
Oh yeah, he don't start until 8.
Oh heck yeah. I'll just come to the crib, man. We'll ride. Heck
Yeah,
yeah. That'll be
yeah. It's
wonderful.
just it's right down the street from my house.
Heck yeah. Which is in the mix. I didn't. Oh, that Lumpies.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I was thinking Northwest Expressway.
No, it's right there. It's right by my house. The one right by my house.
Nice. Although it's generally a good assumption that you're pissed off at somebody. Wait, Amy says, "Hey, Chocks," and then she said something about it's generally a good assumption I'm always pissed off at somebody. Right there. I'm always kind of mad. Shout out to
say hello.
Comedy.
Till I can't wait to see her.
She can hear she's watching, and then Sherman Take Comedy in Austin is watching. Shout out to my boy,
okay.
Billy Sherman in Austin, blowing up.
All right. We started this thing right here in this room.
Yes. This cast started in that room, man. I remember, dude. So, and then things got crazy, and man, I had to build out the little studio. So, but we're good now.
You did. You have impressed me with the way you got that going on, though, man. You have grown.
Thank you, bro.
Like big time.
Vision.
I am so proud of you.
Well, man, it's like, bro. Honestly, here's the thing: we get old, right?
Yeah.
We get old, and I'm like, man, I can't be on the road. I respect comics that are my age. I got a buddy that's like 42, and he's still doing the open mics in Bricktown, and every now I'm like, I don't want to do that. And then the next level up is where I was at, which was even worse, right? Because it's that mid-level. So it's that you can drive for 10 hours and make $500, but at the end of the day, by the time you get gas at a hotel, you kind of break even, but you're playing a great venue here. You're opening for this guy there. And that just gets old. And you just decide, do I want this as my life? Do I want to live in my 50s as a dude who's playing airport hotels on Thursdays to make enough money to get to my Good Friday gig opening for a bigger comic? No.
Right.
You know what I mean? No.
Yeah, it gets a little old. It does. I don't like to drive nowhere. 2 miles from my house is great.
Well, that's the great thing about this is that I can talk to you in town.
Right.
I can talk to my homeboy who's in Austin, Atlanta, New York, England. I do podcasts with people literally all over the world, and I don't have to leave the house. You know what I mean? When I'm done, I hit a couple buttons, turn off the lights, and go in there. That's it.
Right.
So, man, God is blessing, man, and thank you.
God is good all the time, man.
Absolutely, man. Thank you all listening. You know what I'm saying? You guys are you guys are the reason we're able to do what we do. So thank you, man. And thank you for supporting. Keep listening, keep liking, keep sharing, keep subscribing. We only just starting. And also, this is cool, man, because we can do this forever as long as I can sit and talk. And I know 80-year-olds who sit and talk every day. So we can do this for 40, 50 more years, dude. We're good to go. No concern, no worries, man. So, sorry, I want to get back into it a little bit. So, being a nurse administrator, is that a different career path? Right. So, for instance, if I'm looking to get into the medical industry, nursing, something of that nature, and I see nurse administration, is that a different college?
Yeah, this is
first, or how does that?
This is good to go if you want to be an administrator, or if you want to, to do your own building. This is a good path to go.
Cool.
I'm already no. I don't want to do I don't really like to do my job that much anymore, but I still like my job because I still get to educate. But I want to do something different. You know what I mean? Like, but in the medical field though.
Yeah, well, what I notice is your people love you. I will say that.
Oh yeah, I love them too. I love them to death. Like they what can I say? They help me out a lot. You know what I mean? They support me.
Yeah.
You know, big time because the job is pretty tough. Whenever when you have to work a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like so.
Well, and that's what I noticed is that y'all are kind of it's like,
Yeah.
working at, working at, say, a car lot or working in some corporate.
Yeah.
Office.
Oh yeah.
Then you'll hang out with people and it's like, oh, like it's a friend or what. It's like, oh, I have work people and they're going to be at this dinner that we're hanging out at or whatever.
Right.
And you go and they have one kind of relationship and it's one kind of attitude and it's friendly, cordial, cool, even fun to a little extent, but not family. And then I see like you and your crew, like when your nurses hang out with you and the people you work with, it's like family. I mean, it's like y'all are family. It really is. It's like, hey, like it's past friends. It's way past coworkers. Family. Like, this is my family member. This is somebody that shit's going to be hard soon. And I'm going to need this person to be here and ready to help. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Cause you go into the trenches with these men, you couldn't even understand the stuff that we have to do in nursing. It's crazy. And then, you have that right-hand person that's with you and they always been there, and then I'm there for them. Like, it's like, it's not like we doing it as individuals. At most jobs, it's a lot of individual work, trying to promote themselves and stuff like that. But in the nursing field or in the nursing administration, you have backup. If I'm not there, they'll back me up. They won't let nobody talk crazy to me, or I won't let nobody talk crazy to them. Like, it's kind of like I'm their bouncer whenever it comes to physical, and then they my mouthpieces when it comes to verbal kind of stuff. Like it's give and take.
And what's your interaction with patients? Do you have any? Or is
no,
that for them and then they come to you and tell you, or do you actually?
No, they tell on the employees. They roll a cart to my office and they tell.
So you can have kind of like an open door policy with your patients.
Yes, we all do. Well, all the managers do. We all have it's 7 of us.
Wow.
So it's kind of like whoever gets to the patient first, because they'll sit in the dining room and I'll go and check on the dining room to see if everybody's doing what they're supposed to do. And they'll stop you and say, hey, can I talk to you? And then they'll give you the info. If it's like jailhouse snitching and they're going to snitch.
Oh, yeah, they love that stuff.
Oh, yeah. And they be like, no, I don't want to get them in trouble, but you kind of do.
Yeah, they actually. I don't want to get nobody in trouble, but I don't want to gossip. But what I heard was,
right, that's how they do it, and I be like, come on, man, you know what you're doing, like.
It's hey man, I got to work with some seniors recently, and they are so fun, man, because it's like, it's one thing I noticed, and it's, man, I kind of have a heart for seniors, and I'll be honest.
Oh yeah.
Because
they
think about it, man, some of them just, life does not shake out well. They can be great parents, they can be great employees, but at the end of the day, and the end of the way the world works, for better or worse, they're older, 70s, older,
right.
And they have really no one. You know what I mean? They don't.
Right.
I was talking to one lady, last Christmas in New York, on the phone. And I was like, hey, do you have Christmas plan? It was a mistake. And I learned not to ask anymore.
Right.
She was like, oh, me and my dogs are going to hang out here. And,
right.
Oh,
because, as you get older, you lose more family.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we have people in our facility that don't have family. Straight up.
Yeah.
I mean, like, and that's why we do so many activities with them. And that's why we do so many good things, like, We have parties. We have bingo. We do all these things with these guys. We did a Mardi Gras parade this past 3-4 months ago.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's just things that, they're not dead yet. And a lot of people say when they get older, they just go to their nursing home and die. No, that's not what we do.
And there's so much wisdom. This is the problem with our society. We only value what's coming up in the next 5 minutes, or what's right now, or what we could get a lead on in the next 5 minutes. It's like, what about the literal 100 years before us? Because all of the 100 years before us really have a lot to do with what's coming after. Right. And there's wisdom to be learned, man. And these folks, not perfect. And maybe you learn from their mistakes. Maybe they'll sit there and be like, oh, one of the biggest mistakes I made was ABC. And you're like, wow, if I'm ever in that situation, I'm going to remember this advice, Right. And, people in their 70s, think about it like this, okay? Our age.
Right.
Cassette tapes, right? It is like you go from cassette to streaming. What happened to CDs and DVDs and automatic flip? I remember when they came out with automatic flip, where the cassette you didn't have to pull it out. That was life, right?
Right.
And then you had CDs, and then you had and then you had the little MP3 players.
And
now your phone and your computer are everything, right? VHS cassettes, man. The red box. And then the red box was live.
Right. I remember when they DJ'd with records. I have not one record. You understand?
One as a DJ.
As a DJ.
So you have one. I'm gonna get you one record, so you have one.
I have not one record.
One.
So that tells you a lot right there.
But you do have awesome music. I don't want people to think you're not a great DJ. You know what I mean?
Oh no, that's not the point. They'll see when I get there.
Yeah. Oh man, check in chat real fast. Amy says, you are the hands and feet of the Lord, Chalks. We appreciate you. Awesome.
Tell her thank you. I appreciate that. I was just thinking about you guys the other day, when we gonna do another little session. I went by that yoga place the other day and they closed up.
Oh no.
On 16?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not open no more. It's gone. You don't talk to them no more?
I do not. I do not. I don't. Man, look, man, honestly, trying to build this business, man, you know how it is, bro. Between trying to produce other people's podcasts and do our podcast.
Right. You're busy. I understand that, but I thought maybe you kept in touch a little bit, so.
What was the names? Remind me of the name of the people.
The guy that you did the drinks with, the drink place.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Josh and him. Yeah. He moved up to Northwest Expressway. He got a bigger venue, or a bigger store. And he's doing that. Yeah. I still say what's up to him. So,
okay. I just was wondering why that place closed up, but I didn't know.
Yeah, no, he moved. By the way, shout out to Billy Sherman in the chat. He's begging to come on. I was like, let's just do one together later. He's like, I feel great. You're gonna be okay, little Billy Sherman. I love you. That's my comedy son, right? So,
okay.
But anyway, I'm like, man, I'll hit you later, dog. He's like, I want to come on. He's all excited, right? Because he knows your original crew and all that. And
yeah.
Hey, let me come on. I'm like, no. I mean, you could have, but you can't hit me up 34 minutes into a 45-minute podcast and be like, hey,
Hey, I'm here.
I love you, bro. I love you, rock star. You know what I'm saying? So don't be mad. Anyway.
Hey, man.
He quit chatting,
so
I think
this has been great. It's good catching up. It's good. This is
absolutely.
This helps my soul.
Amen. And because you know me, I don't have friends. I don't blame anybody for not being my friend, but I don't have friends. So it's good to have one.
Right? Yeah.
I wouldn't be my friend, so I don't blame nobody else. But anyway, I'm kidding. I'm just what's weird is doing what we do. Besides you. And maybe one other person, most of the people I talk to the most and spend the most time with, Michael Mann. You remember old Michael Mann?
I know Michael Mann.
You know
real
who's in
slow in his
Louisiana?
joke.
Yeah.
He real slow in his joke telling. Yeah, I was up there. Remember, I was the DJ.
Yeah, we do a fun ass show together.
Oh yeah, Michael Mann makes me laugh. Don't get it
Hold
twisted
on,
now.
let's see if I can pull up a clip. You know, we do a show together where we watch an old cartoon called The Cowboys of Moo Mesa.
Okay.
Basically, it was made by the Ninja Turtles guys as like a spinoff,
Mm-hmm.
but it didn't go. It had like 2 seasons and it didn't go, and it's in the public domain, so you don't get in trouble, right? For watching it, right? You won't get copyright struck. So me and man watch those, and here's like a here, man, I'm gonna pull up a clip so you can check this out because it's fun for everyone. You know, let's see.
Yeah, you the one that told me about Boondocks.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't realize that. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I gotta go back.
I didn't know nothing about the damn show until you pulled it up, and I was like, man, I watched all the whole season.
Uncle Ruckus.
Yeah, Uncle Ruckus is stupid.
That's so funny. Read anyway. I got the itis. You know what I'm saying? All right. Let me run this one back. Hold on. I'll pull it down and pull it up. By the way, guys, go to PT Pod on Instagram, man. We have, there's a power slap fighter superstar right there. There's Michael Mann. Have all kinds of champs. We have all kinds of watch. Here's all the clips. So if you don't want to watch a full podcast, but you want the clips, all of them are here. This show will be up too. So the clips here. So let's see here. Yep. Let's see here. Let me get that volume.
Yes.
Not open, so good and ready. And we wonder why she's having the problems she is. It's like, really? Of course you're having these kinds of problems.
It's like, don't open until you catch VD. It's just like, well, shit.
Like, how do I know?
How do I know? Like I get tested.
I would hope you. I would hope, Mike. Yes, I would hope you would be well aware of that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying, Michael Mann? Seriously,
do not come.
And I mean,
do not come.
Even if you're all like,
I'm gonna come.
Let's not.
I'm telling you,
my
ignorance
God.
is bliss. It got me through the 80s. I didn't get AIDS, so there you go.
Oh, now all of a sudden you don't have AIDS. Anyway, that's the watch party show. What a horrible box to leave your child.
Yes.
Not open so good and ready.
Right.
And we want. So anyway, we watch a little silly cartoon show. You know what I mean? There's the clip there. We got a lot of clips, but we watch it and them crack wise, man. So if you ever want to do that with us, let me know, dude. It would be fun to have you on there. So yeah.
Oh, okay.
But you like country. You're a country guy.
I'll do it.
And it's all about these cowboys.
Oh yeah, I'm a country dude.
Man. So you'd like that. What's funny is you're so much more country than me. I hate country music, and I love funk and soul way more. You know me, Sly and the Family Stone. Even Zapp and Roger, Gap Band. Shout out Tulsa. I love all of that. You know what I mean? So, and you're like Merle Haggard. Yeehaw! I'm like, what?
Right.
No. So, also, man, what do you think? Let me ask you this as we head out. Like 2 more questions. What do you think of country nowadays? Okay, so bigger question and then country.
Okay.
Music has changed so much in the last 10 years. And I don't want to sound old, but man, it is not, you know what I mean? Hip-hop,
they're doing a lot of collaborating.
Yeah.
They're doing a lot of collaborating with R&B and stuff like that too. And rapping. It's mixing it up. You can tell that the music has changed in country, but a lot of people still listen to that old school country too, as far as that goes. Like when I did a wedding one time, it was a country wedding, but all they wanted to hear was a lot of rap. That's it.
Wow. At the country wedding.
Yeah. At a country wedding, I played country most of the night. And then all of a sudden they was like, no, we want to hear some, teach me how to Dougie. Stuff like that. I mean, but then they had a lot of mix-up mashups that they wanted me to play. So, you got to get those off of YouTube. You can't get them on a regular streaming channel. You got to go to YouTube to play those to play those deals. Remember how you used to always tell me, go to YouTube, dude. You remember I used to be against you with all that? Remember I used to fight you with that? I used to fight you tooth and nail.
I'm like, dude, it's just
and
easier.
you was like, just go to YouTube. And I'd be like, no, I don't want to go to YouTube, you know? But then he was like, we got to give them what they want, you know? So I done broke that. I even go to YouTube. But I even go to YouTube whenever we doing karaoke at the job. Like Mike told me about, and they got all the stuff on there. Everything's there, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is, man, it's like AI. It's those tools that you know aren't the best for you. And it to me, okay, so YouTube is similar to AI in that they're both similar to McDonald's. Yes, you're getting fed. Yes, you're getting food. Yes, you're no longer hungry. But it's by far not the best thing for you. You know what I mean? Best thing for you is to dig in the crates and discover music. I think it kills creativity to have everything at your fingertips. Creativity a lot of times comes out of struggle. Country music is blues for white people, as they say. You know what I mean? Hip hop, this is all struggle.
It is. Because most of it's telling stories. Yeah.
Exactly.
But you got to remember that the blues songs back in the day used to tell a lot of stories. The R&B stuff used to tell stories. They took that away. You know.
Well, and why do you think
all that stuff was taken away? You know, like they wanted it to be different. They wanted it to be angry. They wanted it to be scandalous.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean? Like when I say scandalous, like it's not innocent as it used to be. You know,
it's about.
So I remember R&B back in the day that it was, yeah. You know, so especially the rap is really out of control.
I just recently watched that Sly and the Family Stone documentary that Questlove did. It's on Hulu and it's amazing. And it's called, The Burden of Being Black Genius. And it is so brilliant in that. And the music he made that was hidden, dude, you can make it if you try. You know what I mean? We are family.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Different. You know what I mean? We got to live together. Right. Just that kind of music was so.
But
positive,
it was happy. They don't want it to be no more. You know, they don't want it to be no more.
Yeah, man.
Because they want us to kill ourselves. So
that's true. That's true. The good thing about the internet,
I mean, I'm just telling you, you know.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're not wrong, man. So,
you know, so why wouldn't you want music? Music has always been positive.
You got a friend over there?
Until you turn it negative.
Right.
Huh?
Did you not tell your friend that you were on camera?
Oh, she moving around. She didn't know.
It was just a quick. I had to mess with you.
Quick blur. No, it was just a quick blur.
It was just like a little, brown hair. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, that ain't a dude.
Yeah.
Anyway, that ain't one of the homies. Anyway, by the way, shout out Dog, shout out Mike, man. Give them a shout out for me. And Chris, I miss Ladies Man. See if he's available Monday to come kick it, man. I would love to hang out with him, man. I miss that dude.
Oh yeah, I will. I'll tell him to come when we go.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'll tell him.
He's still living that life, huh? Still just doing good, huh?
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
He's doing great. He is doing good. Yeah.
Well, man, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this. This is one of those shows, man, where if you're looking at getting in the medical industry, you have one of the realest ones here, dude, who DJs, very well loved, popular, but also knows how to hold it down on that level, build a team, maintain a strong team, take care of folks, legitimately make a good living at it. And it's not easy. And you have to get a degree to do it. And he did all that. And so the point is, I know this man, this is a good man, but if he can do it, you can do it. It's not that he's not talented. It's not that
that's correct.
I think he'd be the first one to tell you don't need anything special as long as except for talent and the willingness to work hard and work with people. If you're willing to work with people and work hard, you can do new things. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah. Anyway, so I was just laughing about it. So guys, check it out. Chuck,
know
how
what
do they
you meant.
find you? If you want people to hit you up, where do you want them to find you at? Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Where's the best place to meet you?
Facebook is fine.
Facebook is fine. That's
Facebook. Michael Matthews on Facebook.
Yeah, hit him up. If you need a DJ for an event, this is your dude. Never a complaint. The one DJ who's never had a complaint once in his whole career, DJ Sexual Chocolate, is the man, and I mean it. Oh, I didn't go.
Say it out now.
So give him a holler. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Check us out tomorrow. I will be on the Caltrop on the PT Pod channel. We'll be running it on Rumble with Mike Calderese. That's the Caltrop Center Cup Media. Very excited. We do that every Friday, so check that out. Otherwise, you guys have a great weekend. Thank you so much, and we will see you next time. This has been the PT Pod, and we are out. Hang around. Stick around.
All right.
Oh, boy.